In today's video, we're going to just look a little bit more at the circle and the spiral, and we're going to pick up from last video, and basically I want to show you how to intensify. I did kind of show you at the end of the last video, but basically what you want to do is you want to come in with your line that's going in, and then you're going out with your line. So you're coming in with your line, and then you're coming from the inside and going out with your line. I'll maybe just draw that up again with a couple of crayons. So we use the blue for going in to our circle. Just doing it slowly so that I can see where I'm putting the colour. And then I'll use the red. Oh yeah, and I'll just draw the blue arrow. So you start off with going into your circle, and then you're moving out of your circle. Right, so here we've got the red colour, and we're coming from the inside and going out. So, you know, don't use the crayons when you do this, just use your pencil or graphite or whatever it is you're using, but use the same colour, because it's not, I mean, obviously you can play with the colour if you want to, but in order to focus on the sensation and the feeling, then I would recommend just using one colour. I've just done it with the colour to illustrate. So here we're intensifying the unwinding and the liberating impulse in the unwinding with the red line. So we're unwinding with the red line. Then what you can do next is you can really enhance this these two impulses, the difference or the dance between the two impulses in a rhythmic repetition. And you can do it very simply at first, is what I would suggest. So you just create a little hook with your inwinding line, and then outwinding, and then go into an inwinding. So your first line is purely inwinding, and then you take your unwinding your red line and go out, and then that becomes your inward going. So here we're beginning to have a rhythm, and then so then you're doing this, creating and as you can see, mine is actually increasing in size, but you know, you want to keep it a sort of roughly the same size, and then you want to, you know, you want to play with that and see how does that feel. As you can see, my lines tend to get quite flat, and that's when I'm doing it fast. So I could definitely work on creating this kind of slowly. So I make sure that I get my rounding as I'm drawing this. So that's what I suggest you do. Then once you've done this, what you can do is you can start working on creating an increase in your basically intensify your rhythmic repetition and increase it. So what, but I would suggest you do this first. So what you want to do to increase it is you want to create just a little hook first, and then you unwind, and then you go into, you see my line here is sort of got a bit more of a curve on it, and then I'm coming out of that and then curving even a little bit more, and then when I'm coming out of that, you can see what happens. So here my spiraling and my changing between the inwinding and the unwinding is basically intensifying. So I'll maybe just draw up some of this. Maybe I'll draw up the bottom one here so that you can see the difference here. And now obviously here we're unwinding. Oops. But now, and I'm going to change over to the blue just simply because here actually it changes and it becomes inward, and here it becomes unwinding. Here we are unwind, but here again it changes, and here we're starting to go in. I hope this makes sense to you. The last thing I want to just touch upon in this video is the difference between going into a circle and coming out of a circle, because there is a distinct difference. Usually when you ask someone, then they have a difference, and I think you should really take a moment to practice. So basically, you know, it's said that you go in a clockwise motion. You go round, so the same way round as the clock, in a circle, and then you go in to create your spiral. So that's clockwise motion to go in to your spiral. So here we're ending in the center, and it's a slowing down. For most people, it gives a sensation of, before I say any more, what you can do is you can pause the video and see how do I feel about this. So pause the video now and go and try, and then come back and see if it fits with what's described in the book. So what's described in the book is that when you're creating this clockwise motion where you go into the circle, it feels like a slowing down, a fastening, an inward feeling. And I would add to that, it's like taking a breath in. So and then you basically come to a stop because you can't take in any more air. So it comes to a natural stop. So then what does it then feel like going in an anti-clockwise motion? So here we're starting at the center of the spiral, and we're going against the clock. So we're going this way around. So here, and it might be that here you need to try this exercise a few times, And again, try this. See, how does that feel when I draw my circle, my spiral, of course. What does it feel like? And again, pause the video and do the exercise, and then come back and hear what the book says. So the book says that this is a dynamic type of exercise. It's dynamic in the sense that it's gathering momentum as it's going, and it's, you know, as opposed to the spiral going in the way, which is clockwise. This is anti-clockwise, going the other way, and it's unwinding and dissolving. And I would say this is an out breath. So where this is where we start here and we're going in and holding our breath in the center. Here we're letting go of our breath. So it's an out breath. What's the difference? What most people have a distinct preference for one or the other. Which one is yours? You can work that out. Just do lots and lots. It should come quite quickly and quite easily to you. You know, just do lots of circles, and you'll find you have a preference for going in, or you have a preference for going out the way. So those are the exercises that I wanted to show you today. I'll be back next week with a new exercise for you.